Every storm chase year has its own unique feeling. 2019 was a dream year, with multiple days in a row of powerful and photogenic storms. 2020 was a bit slower, and most of the eventful days happened well outside of Wisconsin's historical peak for severe weather. But how was 2021? On March 29th, I went on my first storm chase of the year as the Storm Prediction Center issued a slight risk in southern Alabama. The HRRR suggested a weak squall line was going to slice through the region. Later in the day, a mesoscale discussion was issued as the environment was growing more and more unstable. Then, the Storm Prediction Center issued a severe thunderstorm watch as a squall line was moving into the state.
You can see the shelf cloud off to our due north, but if you pan more to the northwest, it becomes so hard to see. God, there's so much haze. You can barely see the shelf cloud on this thing.
Even though a thick layer of fog shrouded most of the storm's structure, I was still able to get a shot I've always dreamed of getting. A nice crisp lightning bolt right over the ocean. Throughout April, I was hoping some severe weather activity would reach into Wisconsin, but the only storms that managed to form were short-lived pulse storms. It wasn't until May 3rd that the forecast looked somewhat promising. On the morning of May 3rd, the Storm Prediction Center issued a slight risk for Illinois, and a small section of the marginal risk area managed to reach into Wisconsin. As storms developed, they appeared to be organizing into a loose QLCS. Unfortunately, we started this chase out of position by a few miles, and I was afraid this day would end up being another early season bust. But then the skies started to clear up ahead. We just gotta keep going a little bit. We gotta put a little more ground between us and the storm. Look at that. Woohoo! We got it. Got our storm. I'm gonna set up for a time lapse here. This week's storm wasn't anything spectacular, but it was certainly better than seeing nothing at all. The rest of May was very, very quiet, with only a handful of thunderstorms occurring throughout the month. But we were heading into Wisconsin's historical peak for severe weather. June. On June 11th, the Storm Prediction Center issued a marginal risk, and later in the afternoon, a mesoscale discussion was issued as a few strong thunderstorms were beginning to develop. Still hungry for our first good, strong, and photogenic thunderstorm, we set off towards these weak developing tempests.
It is a police officer. Shoot.
But we were stopped dead in our tracks.
Nice.
While we were waiting, the National Weather Service in Milwaukee issued their first severe thunderstorm warning of the year, 2 months later than average.
You guys storm chasers or what?
Yeah.
He is.
It's cool that you're trying to help him out. Just,
I
keep
get
his
it.
feet down for
Will
me.
do.
Take it a little bit slower and
Okay.
get home safely tonight.
All right, I appreciate
You guys
it.
are all set to go.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Fortunately, we made it to our storm, just as it died. We still made the most of it and watched the collapsing pulse storms. Fortunately, more severe weather looked likely over the next few weeks. On June 17th, the Storm Prediction Center issued an enhanced risk for much of Wisconsin. In the afternoon, a severe thunderstorm watch was issued as thunderstorms were beginning to form across the state.
Whoa! Holy cow! Got a good one. Woo!
These storms put on a decent lightning display, but besides that, there wasn't anything interesting going on. Later in the evening, a much stronger squall line moved into the state, but it quickly disorganized into a rainy mess. 3 days later, on June 20th, a slight risk would be issued for southern Wisconsin, and the most eventful part of this day was one of the weirdest shelf clouds I've ever seen. And on June 26th, a surprise supercell moved through the state.
That is interesting motion over there. Huh. God, I can't tell if that's rotating or not. It's so hazy. I think it is rotating. That looks like it's rotating. That looks like a wall cloud right there.
This massive rotating wall cloud glided across the state with no tornado warning as occasional funnels danced underneath it. Fortunately, none of these funnels managed to reach the ground. As June came to a close, photogenic storm activity was mostly absent in southern Wisconsin, and the trend of watching storms from over 50 miles away continued through early July. But on July 14th, something changed.
You can see we got a little bit of a shelf cloud here. It's buried back in the rain, so it's hard to see, which kind of sucks, but the rain's starting to let up, which is good. Wow, look at that. That's insane. Wow, look at that storm. That's incredible. We're getting completely soaked out here. I'm gonna have to get in the car so I don't break anything. Back in there, I wonder if that's the shelf cloud. And this just kind of, yeah. Look at the clouds over there. How green it is underneath that thing. That is crazy.
Look at the lower. Look at how low that is.
I know.
It's crazy looking.
That's insane. That is crazy. Woo! Yes!
Alright, it's gonna get wet.
Yep, we gotta go. We're about to get soaked. I can hear it coming over the field.
This day was truly something spectacular. The mountain-sized shelf cloud and crazy colors truly made the storm feel like something from another planet. However, this storm was just a warm-up round. On July 28th, the Storm Prediction Center issued a moderate risk for the majority of Wisconsin, and it looked like a possible derecho was going to rip through the state. As storms began to develop in the northern half of the state, the Storm Prediction Center issued a rare, particularly dangerous situation severe thunderstorm watch. As the storms approached, lightning bolts began to leap up to 30 miles in front of the storm, almost as if Mother Nature was firing warning shots.
Big positive bolt right next to us. Lightning is crazy. Whoa! Big bolt right there.
As the storm began to move into the southern half of the state, multiple areas of rotation were beginning to pop up on radar. We decided to abort the chase at this point, as we didn't want to chase a fast-moving tornado in a low-visibility environment.
Tornado warning is in effect. We have a huge barrage of powerful, positive lightning flashes happening right over us. It's insane. It's the apocalypse out here. Whoa! Right over me, that big one. Tornado warning is in effect. Tornado sirens are sounding. Hope people are taking shelter. I'm probably gonna have to do the same here. Alright. Oh yeah, there's a tornado there. South of Watertown. Wow, that was hairy. Anything over there? Was that it?
Throughout the evening, this storm would produce 14 tornadoes. Fortunately, they were all EF0 or EF1s. The next morning, I went to survey the damage in Concord, Wisconsin, from one of the strongest tornadoes of the evening. Even though the tornado had only occurred just a few hours prior, the town was already cleaning up the damage. But Mother Nature wasn't done yet.
Alright, the current date is August 7th. We have a very large supercell in western Wisconsin that has a history of reported large, violent tornadoes. We are heading west to try to get in front of the storm and maybe see a pretty mean supercell and maybe, if we're lucky, a tornado. Alright, we're in the spot. You can see our shelf cloud. There's a lot of lightning with this storm. I'm going to have to set up my time lapse probably right now. Monstrous shelf cloud. Holy cow. That thing's huge. That's the biggest shelf cloud I've ever seen. Whoa! Big bolt right there!
Look at that. Look at that.
Alright, we're moving south now. We're heading for the next one. We're about to get hit again. I'm gonna have to hop in the car here. This storm is gonna be a lot meaner than the other one. Wow, that's a beast.
August 7th was yet another incredible chase day. The slow storm speeds allowed us to have multiple chances to get in front of the storm, and it allowed for plenty of time to sit and soak in the beauty. On August 10th, another powerful squall line swept through the state. Unfortunately, I was 3 hours away and wasn't able to chase, but the distant sunset-illuminated anvils set up an incredible show. The following day on August 11th, a powerful line of supercells was producing tornadoes in western Wisconsin. A stronger round of supercells looked possible in the afternoon, and supercells did manage to form in the southwest part of the state, but they quickly died out as they moved off to the east. After July 11th, this intense streak for severe weather activity in Wisconsin came to an end. From July 14th to August 11th, I only went on 5 chases, but 3 of them were some of the most intense and incredible chases I've ever had. And even though this intense streak was over, Wisconsin wasn't done seeing severe weather. On August 24th, a slight risk was issued for the state, and a formidable squall line managed to develop.
There we go. This is an air spot to watch it. Right here. It's not the prettiest storm in the world, but still really cool.
The storm wasn't anything super powerful, but the shelf cloud put on a good show.
So I think I discovered what was making that scraping sound as we were driving. Yeah, that's not very good.
And a few days later, on August 27th, I went on my last chase of the season.
That is not very photogenic, is it?
Just like my first storm of the year, a thick layer of fog shrouded any storm structure.
Not very photogenic, but still cool to see a nice whale's mouth.
This chase also showed one of the most dangerous parts of storm chasing that many people don't think about.
Oh dear. Jesus.
Looking back on 2021, I only had 5 notable chases out of the 27 chases I went on. Even though it was a slow year, the eventful chase days were absolutely incredible, and there was plenty of amazing stuff to see while waiting for the next round of severe weather. Thank you all for watching, and I can't wait to get back out there and chase some more in 2022.